I'm going to tell you a harsh truth today that might just save your life. Your naivety is killing you. Yes, you heard that right. That pure heart of yours that trusts everyone. That good intention that makes you think everyone is like you. That perfect human mask you wear. All of it is making you weak, defenseless, and vulnerable to manipulation. Carl Jung, the Stoics, and Machiavelli are going to teach you something today. The world isn't a fairy tale, and you need to wake up from the sleep you've been in. Look, being a good person is beautiful. Nobody thinks otherwise. But being a good person doesn't mean being stupid. We were raised in a culture that told us to keep our hearts pure and our intentions honest. That's truly wonderful. But nobody told us this. Someone who doesn't recognize the evil within themselves can't see the evil in others either. Jung was talking exactly about this. There's a shadow in the human soul, the dark side we ignore, our anger, jealousy, ability to manipulate, our potential for evil. Until you acknowledge this in yourself, you won't see it in others. That's where the danger of naivety begins. You think everyone is good because you're good. You think everyone is honest because you're honest. But the reality is this: people aren't like you. Most people don't think about you. They think about what they can get from you. Machiavelli said this centuries ago: people forget the death of their father faster than the loss of their inheritance. It's painful but true. Most people don't bond over genuine affection but over self. Everyone thinks of themselves first when it comes to something that affects them. So what are you going to do? Hate everyone? No, you're just going to open your eyes. There's a difference. Hate makes you sick, but being awake protects you. Now you need to recognize your own shadow. Recognize your shadow so that when other people approach you with theirs, you immediately notice it and protect yourself. One of Jung's most revolutionary concepts was the shadow. The shadow is the side of you that you suppress, ignore, and are ashamed of: your anger, your revenge impulses, your selfishness, your ability to manipulate. Society told us these are bad. Don't feel them, and we buried them inside. But what did Jung say? A person who doesn't accept the evil within themselves can't see the evil in others. And a person who doesn't confront their shadow lives it in their life without being aware of it. You're strong enough to face your own shadow. Be sure of this and believe it. For many people, this is almost impossible. But for those who want to transform, it's necessary. Let me ask you a question now. Have you never been jealous? When someone wronged you, didn't you think about revenge? Have you never acted selfishly? Of course you did, because you're human. But could you accept it and say, yes, I can be bad too, but I choose to keep it under control? That's the real difference. A person who knows their shadow is powerful because now they can see the games others play and don't fall for the traps they set. If someone is being excessively nice to you, constantly praising you, saying yes to everything you say, stop and open your eyes. Maybe they genuinely love you, but maybe they want something from you and are trying to soften you up. Someone who knows the shadow within can see this because they know that manipulation ability exists within themselves too. They don't use it, but they know of its existence. This awareness is the armor that protects you. Every emotion other people feel actually exists within you too. Don't forget that. Don't blindly trust anyone, no matter who they are, because people hide their true thoughts. They don't want to reveal them. Jung had another concept called persona. Persona is the mask we show to society, the mask you wear at work, the mask you wear with family, the mask you show on social media. These are normal things, but be careful. Some people's personas are so thick, so fake, that they've forgotten who they are behind them. And these are the most dangerous ones, those who are one way with you, and another way with others. Let me give you an example. You have a colleague at work. When they're with you, they start by praising you but end every sentence with, "But wouldn't it be better if you did it this way?" They smile, joke around, buy you coffee. But watch out. What is that same person saying about you when you're not there? How are they describing you to the boss? How are they sharing your weak moments with others? Maybe they're smiling to your face but scheming behind your back. These people are dangerous. For instance, if someone treats other people badly but treats you well, you need to be very careful here because that person clearly has something to gain from you and is hiding their face from you. After they get it, you'll become worthless to them. And when you're no different from other people to them, they'll treat you badly too or distance themselves from you. Machiavelli said, judge people not by what they say but by the benefits their actions provide them. So if someone tells you you're like a brother to me, I'm always here for you, but never pays a price for you, those words are empty. The Stoics support this too. Look at the essence, not the packaging. Words are cheap but actions are expensive. Is someone truly with you or with what they get from you? The only way to understand this is observation. And to observe, you need to take off your naivety glasses. You need to observe without acting on impulse, without interpretation. Because impulse misleads, but observation elevates. Now I've prepared 10 rules for you to open your eyes and see the truth. These rules will literally change you from beginning to end and will be very valuable rules that will start your transformation. But before we get to these rules, if you're ready, listen carefully to these rules because your real transformation is starting now. The first rule is don't trust blindly. Use strategic trust. Now listen to me carefully. I'm not telling you to trust no one. I'm telling you to trust wisely. Trust should be a gift, not a right. The person in front of you must earn your trust. But how do they earn it? Through consistency. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, if you want to know a person, don't look at how they treat you. Look at how they treat the weak when they have power. Now think about it. If someone tells you other people's secrets when they're with you, talks behind their backs, gossips, what do you think? Won't they keep your secrets? Of course they will. No, they won't, because that person has a character problem, and character doesn't change based on the situation. It stays the same in good times and bad. When winning and losing, that's why trust is given in stages. First, share a small secret, and wait. Let's see if that secret stays with them or reaches others' ears after a while. If someone constantly asks for things from you but never gives anything, be careful. Does someone only call when they need something, or do they check in for no reason? Run these tests without letting them notice and adjust the distance. Based on the results, the second rule is emotional independence. Don't be dependent on anyone. This is the most powerful teaching of the Stoics. Don't tie your happiness to the external world. Marcus Aurelius said your peace is within you. Nothing outside can shake you. But what do? We tie our happiness to people, to their approval, to their presence. We say if they leave, I'm finished. That's when you become a slave. Jung talked about the individuation process, becoming a complete individual. Finding your balance and peace within yourself. Freeing yourself from needing someone else's words, looks, or approval. Because what you're dependent on controls you. If you need someone's approval, they direct you as they wish. If you're addicted to someone's presence, they make you do what they want. But if you become emotionally independent, if you don't expect anything from anyone, no one can threaten you. They can't say I'll leave, because you're already prepared. They can't say I won't talk to you, because your peace doesn't depend on their conversation. Do you understand now? Real power is in independence. Machiavelli knew this very well. Power based on others' love is like a house built on sand, he said. Now practice this. Spend time with yourself every day. Learn to be sad. Try to be happy alone, because then you build real relationships. Relationships built on choice, not need. And these types of relationships are the strongest. The third rule is, don't respond to provocation. Don't wrestle in the mud. Do you know what fake people want most? Your reaction. They want you to get angry, yell, lose control, because then you look weak, and they win. The Stoics knew this very well. Epictetus said what hurts you isn't what's said, it's the meaning you give to it. Now think of a scenario. You're in a meeting. Someone throws a subtle jab at you. They say you always have brilliant ideas, but there's mockery in their tone. Everyone's looking at you. What do? If you get angry and shout, what do you mean by that? You've fallen for the game. But what should you do? Look them in the eyes, silently, smile slightly, and continue with your business. That's when the person in front of you is surprised because they didn't get the reaction they expected. As Jung said, provocation is a projection. They're trying to project their own anger, inadequacy, and chaos onto you. If you react, you own their shadow. Don't, Machiavelli said, whoever loses their composure loses control. The coolest person wins. My friend, whoever barks loses. Practice this. When someone provokes you, stop, breathe. Ask yourself, is this worth the reaction? Most of the time, it's not. Then stay silent or coldly ask, what are you trying to accomplish by saying this? What bothers them is your calmness, because the poison isn't working. The fourth rule is be both fox and lion. The rule of balance. What did Machiavelli say in The Prince? A ruler must be both fox and lion. If you're only a fox, you'll be crushed by brute force. If you're only a lion, you'll fall into traps. This applies not just to rulers, but to you too. The fox is intelligence, observation, strategy. The lion is power, boundaries, character, being able to say no. If you're only a fox, meaning only smart and calculating, people see you as weak. You run from everyone. You live in fear. But if you're only a lion, meaning you react to everything, charge at everyone, you exhaust your energy, and your enemies easily provoke you. Where's the balance? In the combination of both. First, be a fox. Observe. Smell the environment. Who's with whom? What's everyone's interest? What alliances exist? As Jung said, see beyond what's visible. Then if there's a boundary violation, if someone is exploiting your good intentions, bring out the lion. But not by shouting. With a clear stance. For example, someone constantly belittles you. You ignored it twice. You were a fox. The third time you look them in the eyes and say, I don't like these jokes of yours, and if you continue, the distance between us will increase. Clear, short, firm, but calm. Lion, don't appear weak, but don't be a bully either. Be conscious. Let people know that you both see traps with intelligence and can destroy those traps with character. Then they'll respect you. The fifth rule is kindness must be strategic. The mistake of always being good. Machiavelli told you a very painful truth. A person who wants to exist must learn not to always be good. This doesn't mean be bad. It means use your goodness wisely. Because someone who's always soft, forgives everything, constantly sacrifices themselves, eventually collapses. Jung might call this a savior complex. You sacrifice yourself while trying to save everyone. Think of that person who constantly borrows from you but never returns it. Tells you their problems but never listens to you. Disappears when you're down. You're still carrying them on your back, saying, "But they're my friend, my relative." This isn't kindness, my friend. This is betrayal of yourself. The Stoics said, a wise person protects themselves from enemies as much as from those who appear to be friends. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. Protecting your energy isn't selfishness, it's wisdom. Someone who gives everything to everyone ends up empty. If someone leaves because they can't benefit from you, let them go. They were never with you anyway. They were only with what you gave them. The sixth rule is read the signs of betrayal. This early warning system. Betrayal doesn't come suddenly. My friend, it has footsteps but we can't see them because we look emotionally. We wear naivety glasses. Machiavelli said someone who betrays once will betray again. This is a character problem. Jung adds this. If someone ruthlessly criticizes others when they're with you, spills their secrets, gossips, be sure when you walk out the door, they'll do the same for you. Second signal, they're absent in your bad days. Jealous in your good days. When you accomplish something, they say congratulations, but you hear the bitterness in their voice. That why them, why not me, tone. According to Jung, this is the triggering of their own inadequacy. Shadows. Your light disturbs their darkness. Watch out for poisonous praise. Sentences like very nice, but the old one was better. These people don't support you. They want to stand next to you and drain your energy. Be like the Stoics. Observe, but don't attach. When you see the signs, don't deny them. Don't keep daydreaming. Take precautions. Adjust the distance. The seventh rule is learn from pain. Don't be a victim, be a student. When you're betrayed, when someone uses you, when you're left alone, it will hurt. You'll say, I didn't deserve this. Maybe you didn't deserve it, but you needed it because that pain is the fire that tears the naivety veil from your eyes. Jung said the individuation process only happens through pain and difficulty. Humans don't grow in the comfort zone. What does that pain teach you? What weak point did they exploit? Your need for approval, your fear of loneliness, your hunger for love. Now strengthen that point. Don't suppress the pain, live it, but let that pain transform you. Machiavelli warned those who are betrayed generally become cruel. Don't become cruel. Don't become just wise up. Don't say they destroyed me, say they awakened me. Use this experience as fuel. Seneca said, a tree that doesn't resist the wind doesn't take root. You're taking root now. A rooted tree doesn't fall easily. Betrayal didn't kill you, it matured you. The eighth rule is the power of knowing how to let go. The peak of independence. Do you know when real power comes? When you don't need anyone. This doesn't mean don't love anyone. It means feel complete even without anyone. Machiavelli said power based on others, love hangs by a thread. The Stoics advised not tying happiness to external factors. Jung aimed for a person to reach their inner depth. To be complete, the moment you say if they leave, I'm finished, you're a slave. But the moment you say whether they leave or stay, I'm complete, you're free. Practice this. Face the reality that you could lose everything and everyone you have one day. Don't let this scare you. Let it free you. No one can threaten or manipulate you when you're not afraid of losing. Love, value, but don't chain yourself. They're guests in your life. You're the host. If they leave, close the door. Don't cry, mourn, but learn and move on. That's power. The ninth rule is leaving without explanation. The art of silent power. Not every departure deserves an explanation. My friend, sometimes the most powerful answer is silently closing the door. If someone insists on not understanding you, doesn't respect your boundaries, explaining why you're hurt is a waste of time. According to Machiavelli, silence is a show of strength. Someone who constantly explains themselves appears weak. The Stoics say do what's right and don't look back. If your conscience is clear, if you've done your best and haven't found reciprocation, just evaporate. When they say, why aren't you calling? Don't make excuses. Just know, you've exited that frequency. That's enough. Your absence is the heaviest lesson to be given to those who don't know your value. That the 10th rule is, come back not harder, but stronger. Final word. After betrayals, don't bury your heart in concrete. Don't become that person who hates everyone, sullen, cold as ice. Because if you become like that, those who betrayed you have won. They corrupted that beautiful essence of yours. Because the goal isn't to become emotionless, it's to manage your emotions. Jung said no matter what the world does to you, don't give up on the journey of becoming yourself. Become wise. Keep your heart open, but postcards at your door. Love, but don't be blind. Help, but don't sacrifice yourself. Don't say I don't trust anyone anymore. Say I know very well now who to trust. That's the real victory. They couldn't break you. They only sculpted you, and you emerged sharper, brighter from those sculpted places. You didn't harden, you became wise. The world won't change, my friend, but if you change, your world changes. Now your eyes are open. Now you're ready. If these words touched your soul, if you're ready to wake up from this state of sleep, write in the comments, I didn't harden, I became wise. Let this be our motto. And remember, it's not the one who holds power who wins, but the one who controls their power. Goodbye.